It's been 30 years since we last saw Raccoon City. Resident Evil Requiem is a horror masterpiece. There are so many things that this game does perfectly. The zombies are more terrifying than ever, the combat system is excellent, the blend between the two different styles of gameplay is really satisfying. But the section that really stuck with me was when I was wandering around the ruins of Raccoon City as Leon. A city devastated by a zombie viral outbreak, ultimately destroyed by a nuclear explosion to ensure the containment of the virus. Resident Evil 2 and 3 and their remakes showed us the apocalyptic Raccoon City incident. The nightmare is seared into my memory from hundreds of hours of endlessly replaying these classic horror games. The genius of these games is their labyrinthian levels, forcing you to backtrack and search for resources. It really makes you feel like you're trapped in this city. The sense of place that these games have is unparalleled. Other games with iconic locations rarely let you sit in one place long enough to become familiar with them. Even Half-Life 2 has you progressing through a linear path, onwards and upwards, never looking back. Resident Evil forces you to treat every new location that you find as a maze. And as you play and start to figure out your way around, you start to become familiar with the streets and the corridors. Requiem brings us back to Raccoon City for the first time since the incident. I thought I would feel something close to nostalgia as I explored the city, but instead, as I stalked these deserted streets, occasionally running into an undead creature, I felt uneasy. To a casual player, this is just another post-apocalyptic landscape, indistinguishable from 1,000 other games set in similar environments. But this isn't just any decaying ruin of a city. This is Raccoon City. I know this place. I instantly recognize the alleyway that dips down and around leading up to the RPD. I know these hallways, these rooms, I know every door. I remember this poor guy. I know this back alleyway that leads to the orphanage. I remember these trees. They used to be tall and green and now they're dead husks, their branches like black claws against the grey skies. Humans have a natural aversion to death. Bodies decay and rot when they die, and that horrifies us. A rotting corpse is inherently uncanny and unsettling. Seeing a human being in a state that we are not used to seeing them in, as an object, an empty decaying vessel, a former living thing, is inherently disturbing. And when someone that we know well dies, it's even more unsettling. The corpse of a loved one is familiar and yet abject, something that we are used to seeing alive and well in a state of uncanny decay. That's how Raccoon City feels now. I've seen many cities in a state of decay in many video games, but never one that I was so familiar with. It feels wrong. This wall shouldn't be collapsed, this walkway shouldn't be broken. You can viscerally feel the decay, you can feel the time that has passed, the extent of the damage, and it's eerily quiet. Unnatural stillness fills the air. It haunts you like a ghost of the city that once stood here.
It's like time stopped here.
If not for Umbrella, it could have just been a normal city.
Yeah. Now it's nothing but ash and memories.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please remember to like, subscribe, and follow me on Blue Sky. If you want to see more Resident Evil videos, check out the playlist linked below.